Welcome back. Our next guest has been a familiar face to our TV screens over the years and has been embracing life in Ireland again after moving home recently from South Africa.
Grainne Seoige is making a very welcome return to our screens tomorrow night as she hosts the IFTA Awards, which are taking place virtually this year. Grainne, good morning, and it's great to see you.
Morning.
Good morning, guys. It's lovely to see you too, even if we can't hug or kiss or anything.
I know, it's been so long. It's lovely to have you in person with us and a busy weekend you have ahead of yourself.
Absolutely,
so
busy.
what's in store for the IFTA? So it's tomorrow night.
It is tomorrow night. So much star power. It is so exciting to be a part of this. We've got so many people joining us who really want to be a part of it and show their support for the Irish film and television and drama sector. We've got Luke Skywalker himself.
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill.
Great.
We've got Josh Brolin.
Love him.
Wow.
His voice. His voice. It's like honey.
Such a talent.
Oh, amazing.
So are these award presenters?
Yes, these are award presenters. Colin Farrell is presenting one. Jason O'Mara from The Man in the High Castle. I don't know if you've seen that.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
So these guys
Now, you must be raging, it's virtual.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
absolutely disgusted.
They're Skyping in from all around the world.
From all around the world,
part.
because a lot of people are back at work and they're filming in Dubrovnik, or they're here, they're living in LA, like the amazing Orla Brady, who people will have seen lately in Picard, with her Romulan eyebrows. Olivia Colman, the Queen, is one of our award presenters.
Oh, wow.
Really and truly, there is more than a little stardust on this show, and it's so exciting.
Yeah, that's quite high calibre. And then what about the nominations? Who's leading in that regard? No doubt normal people are up for 27 awards?
Something like that, and we're kind of trying to make sure that normal people do not scoop everything. I mean, Connell himself, like it's my own son's name is Connell, and Connell has become this big name now. It's amazing. But normal people has been a phenomenon. But then you've got people like Adrian Dunbar, who everybody knows now. I mean, and the wee donkey. I mean, that's gone into the lexicon in the UK. These Irish words. I mean, Nicola from Bridgerton. Nicola from Galway from Bridgerton is up for several awards.
So she's up for the Rising Star Awards, and this is always one of the most exciting awards because Eve Houston is there as well. There's a really strong category.
Who in her own right has become a really big star. So that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes we're in Ireland, we've got this little bit of an inferiority complex. We are producing genuine world-class talent. And a night like the IFTAs is the night to celebrate it. So please tune in, people, because it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, I like that. And we're not just, it's not a case of punching above our weight. We're at the right level.
We are at the right level. And the other thing is, like, the international stars who are taking part, they all say the same thing. Irish storytelling, Irish heart. You know, we think it's a cliche. To them, it's not. We have a way of telling a story in this country and putting extra soul into it that you just can't buy and you can't be taught it. It's in you.
You would have been a guest presenter over the years at the IFTAs and you're very familiar with the IFTAs.
Yes.
Did you find this year it was a little bit more poignant and perhaps a little bit more emotionally charged because the whole industry has been so decimated over the last year and a half, and many of the nominees probably had projects that were shelved or that were postponed and they're only getting back to work now. So for them, it's just such a treat to be able to celebrate.
That is so what's coming through, Laura. You've put your finger on it there. Everybody had to stop, but, you know, the entertainment industry as a whole really was decimated is the word. These people have been working through that, trying to get funding, trying to hold on to their cast, get people together and work through all the challenges. So to be then nominated after all that work and then to maybe take home an award, it means even more this time because the mountain has been that much harder to climb.
Yeah, well put. OK, so who are we putting our money on? Give us some inside. Do you have inside knowledge?
Actually,
I mean, are you allowed to know?
Actually, no.
What's inside the envelope?
I know nothing. Anya Moriarty will not tell me anything.
OK.
Nothing.
But they're voted by their peers, so the winner is voted
exactly.
for...
I mean, everything gets taken home. I was on jury panels myself. It's a lot of work. You have to watch, and then you really have to think about it, because if it was you in the same situation, you'd want somebody to judge you properly. So we've got so many people up for so many awards, and then we'll say there's crisscrossing because we've got drama and film. So it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful show.
And we saw a clip briefly there of the wonderful Jack Charlton documentary, which will hopefully feature as well.
I mean, isn't it so funny? Here we are, and people are trying to decide whether they like England or not, you know, during this European Championships. But this Englishman cut through everything, every bit of prejudice or history or anything we might have had in this country, and he really touched us right to our core, and that'll never change.
Yeah, a father figure that we're all very, very proud of.
Absolutely, or at the very least, a favourite uncle.
All right. We'll go so far as that.
The last time, Grainne, we were chatting, yourself and Leon were quarantining because you just returned home and your
Yes.
family, and my heart went out to you because your family were about 2 miles down the road.
Yes.
And you weren't able to see them for a couple of weeks and you were just itching to get that hug. And
Absolutely,
you
because
couldn't.
nobody had jabs at that stage. Now
Yeah.
both my parents have been vaccinated and I have been as well. So even though you've had a year and a half of behaving in this kind of way, we're still trying to get out of it, but at least we can see each other and the weather is lovely. We can sit out the back, Leon barbecues, you know, we have a glass of wine and it's so nice to be in each other's company. And I'm sure there are families all over the country who are getting to that point now where they're able to reunite. And it's so amazing. It's so amazing.
If I can ask, what was the decision to move back? Was it pandemic induced?
I suppose it wasn't pandemic induced, but the pandemic crystallized it for us. And it was this. Unfortunately, 3 weeks before we got married, right at the end of 2019, and we were one of the last people who had a proper wedding, we'll say, before all the regulations kicked in. Leon's dad passed away.
Oh, Lord.
That's very sad.
Very sad. And Leon had lost his mom a couple of years before that. So he was saying to me, you know, your mom and dad are hale and hearty. You are so lucky. You have them. And you can see them anytime you like. And here we are on the other side of the world.
Okay.
We need to be home so you can spend that time with them. Because as we really all know, we do not know what's in store for us around the corner. Life can change.
That's extremely generous of
And
him.
your family are
But sure, he's
near
an
and dear.
extremely generous man. Isn't he married to me?
Do you miss life in South Africa? We got a tiny glimpse of it with living at Lucy, and it just looked glorious.
It is
Grainne.
glorious. It is glorious. It's a country with a lot of problems and a lot of challenges right now. The Delta variant is rife over there, but you get beautiful things like being able to go an hour down the road and see wonderful, the Big Five walking around, toddling around, minding their own business. It is a wonderful, wonderful country. Half my family are out there now, you know, married into a lot of friends, and I do miss them. And I'm looking forward, and there's my doggy Murphy, who came over in November. I'm looking forward to going back and seeing everyone because, you know, they're a big part of my life.
Home too.
Sure.
It is home too.
And
It
the pictures
really
we're
is.
looking at there where you took Lucy on safari, is that somewhere you had to travel far to, or is that your backyard?
That's actually the end of my backyard.
Okay, just over the fence.
No, it's about 3 hours away. Like a 3 or 4 hour drive is nothing to South Africans, like whereas for us that's a huge drive.
Sure, yeah.
That's a spin down the road for them.
Stunning country. So
Amazing.
we got to ask, beyond the IFTAs tomorrow night, what are your plans? Will we see you doing more TV? I know you've been working on some other shows in here over the past while as
And
well.
your business as well.
Yeah, people say, oh, loads of projects in the works. But
But
I am
that's what
actually,
we all say, yeah.
we all say that. But I am actually attached to a couple of projects, waiting to see if we get funding for them. You know the way TV is. Loads of things are happening and they don't happen and they're shelved and they come back. That's just the way television is.
And then you get a call and you're good to go.
And it's good to go. So who knows? But it would be great. It would be great.
But you're looking ahead for the big day tomorrow, and we're all very excited as well to find out who the winners are going to be.
It's amazing to be able to talk to these people, and then they, you know, I'll be saying hi, and they'll say hi, Grainne, and it's like we're all pals.
You and Josh.
Yes, thank you very much. You said my name. Oh, Grainne, it's so lovely to see you.
Great to
Welcome
see you
home
too.
and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Grainne, for joining us.
And of course, you can watch this year's IFTA Awards, hosted by Grainne, right here on Virgin Media 1 tomorrow night at 10 o'clock.
And the very best of luck. Now, coming up after the break, I will be taking an Instagram tour of Dublin, so stay with us.